I'm about to come hard and heavy with some serious tips to make you successful. You successful. This is called the ABCs of success. And this part one of probably a 4 or 5 part series. Now, are you mad yet? Let me ask you a question. Type I'm mad. And I don't mean mad in a literal sense, but type I'm mad if you're ready to change the situation. So let's go. ABCs of success, part 1 of 4. A, always ask. Always ask. Ask what? The only thing you can ask, which is questions. A is always ask questions. All right, Rolando, I'm glad you pissed to the highest level of pistivity, because this is what it's going to take to change your situation. You got to start asking questions. Here's what I want you guys to understand. If you take a dot and put a dot on a piece of paper, if you take a black ink pen and put a black ink pen on a white sheet of paper, do you understand that in this world, what you know is the dot and what you don't know is the sheet of paper? I want you to think about that for a minute. If you take a black ink pen and put a dot, a small dot, just the tip of your ink pen on a white sheet of paper, your knowledge base is the black dot. What you don't know is the white sheet of paper. That means that you should spend every moment of your life thirsting for knowledge. And knowledge ain't always in a book. You should thirst for experiences. You should thirst for different cultures. When you get out of America and start to realize that people are dying to get over here and you dying in America, it don't even make sense. When you realize that in capitalism, there's nothing wrong with it, but you got to become a capitalist as long as you're helping people while you capitalize. There's nothing wrong with that. This is not communism. This is not socialism. If you live in America, you got to learn how to make money, but it's beautiful if you can help money and make money and help some other people at the same time. There's nothing wrong with that. And stop letting people make you feel guilty about that. You got to start asking more questions. When I said to myself, if a black dot on a sheet of paper is my knowledge and the white paper all around it is how much I don't know, I have to learn how to live in the mystery, not in the know. See, I want y'all to think about this for a minute. How much do you know about theology? How much do you know about automobile mechanics? How much do you know about electricity? How much do you know about law? How much do you know about philosophy? How much do you know about mathematics? How much do you know about chess, checkers, basketball, baseball, football? I mean, I can go on and on and on. That means your knowledge base really is nothing. It's like infinitesimal. I think that's a word. It's nothing compared to what you don't know. So you ought to be a walking embodiment of what it takes to learn. But you don't learn if you don't ask the right questions. The question I asked myself before I retired is simple. Why am I so broke? I had to come to like a harsh reality with that. I'm like, Brian, you're a smart dude. You nice to most people until they cross me. Why are you broke? You pray, you college educated. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that. You broke, Brian, because it's something you don't know. And the minute I figured out what I didn't know, I made my first $1 million. The minute I figured out what I didn't know, I made my first $1 million. And here's what I figured out before people even ask. You create money. You create money. I'm going to say it again. You create money. Yes. It's all up here. Everybody you know that's wealthy created their wealth with an idea. And that idea is something that the marketplace bought into. And when people buy into your idea, wealth is created. So I had to figure out what my gifts were and what my talents were. And then companies started to pay me for my gifts and talents. I created wealth a long time ago. All you guys on this phone, on this scope right now are wealthy. Everybody. You just have not gotten your check yet. But the problem is the marketplace doesn't even know that you exist. You're in your own way. So what that means is, I know it sounds like I'm getting off on a tangent with ABCs, but I'm not. You're not asking the right questions. You got to ask When you pray, when you meditate, when you think throughout the day, you got to ask the universe, what are my gifts and talents? And then you got to ask the universe, what in the world is stopping me from sharing them? Let me tell you something. It's one thing about your boy, Brian. I don't have no problem sharing my gifts and talents. None. Because number one, I don't care what people think about me. Number two, who are you to judge anyway? Number three, I'm walking in my purpose. Number four, I'm helping people. And number five, I've been doing this full time for like 18 years. So I must be doing something. See, you gotta get a little attitude when you start asking questions. You can't get mad at the answers. And you can't question the answers that come your way. See, some of y'all been praying for a long time, and then the universe will drop an answer in your lap, and then you pray over the answer. You got to think about the answer. God, send me something. God, I've been praying. God, I've been going to church. God, I've been tithing. Then he sends you to a meeting. He puts you on a conference call. He sends you a friend with an idea. He sends you some money to invest, but you don't get on the conference call. You're too busy. You got to golf that day, so you don't go to the meeting. You ain't listening to your friend because it's the 10th time your friend brought you something. You don't have no money to invest because you spend all your money on Christmas and Labor Day and Halloween and Thanksgiving and Mother's Day and Father's Day and 4th of July and Memorial Day and Valentine's and graduation and prom. You spend all your money making everybody else rich instead of making yourself rich. Everybody watching this scope right now has gotten an idea. You know what the problem is? You didn't act on it. You didn't act on it. Because you were scared. I want y'all to write this down, man. Your emotions are how you broke. Your emotions are how you broke. Your emotions are how you broke. And in a position where you'll never have any money because you're too worried about what other people are going to think about what it is you're doing. Now, I'm not saying you do every frivolous idea that comes into your mind without consultation from a mentor. I'm not saying that you do any and everything and you get excited and said, you know what, I had an idea, so I'm gonna go start writing my book right now. There are paths that you can take that increase your chances for success. But what I'm telling you is a lot of you guys have great ideas and you got great talents and people would pay you for your ideas and talents and you scared of putting it out there out of fear that some people won't like your ideas. Let me tell you something. I'm just on A. Look, let me tell you something, man. It just frustrates me when I see people that don't walk in their purpose. You were born to succeed. You just got to figure out what it is that you're good at. If you're in an MLM company right now, then that MLM company is the vehicle for you to get some money to find out what you're good at. If you got a traditional business right now, that traditional business is there for you to get some money and possibly one day sell your business. It's nothing wrong with that. You're supposed to create a baby, add value to it, and let the big boy come in and let some big boys come in and buy it. Which brings me to number B. Build a business others want to buy. A is always ask questions and then listen for the answers. B is build a business that others want to buy. To all you guys out there that are entrepreneurs, even if you have a home-based business, let me ask you a question. Are you building it like somebody else should buy it? Or are you building it every other day just when you feel motivated? Keep telling you motivation doesn't exist. Really, inspiration is what you should seek. Are you building a business that people want to buy? Let me give you guys an example. Everybody you know that's wealthy bought a business. I was listening to Mark Cuban the other day on a CD that I have. And a lot of people don't know, Mark Cuban started off he had a broadcast. He would broadcast, him and his business partner, his college friend, had a show, a radio show, or internet show where they would broadcast different sports or something like that. And Yahoo came in and bought it. That's how he made his first $1 billion. Then he got the Dallas Mavericks and flipped that over, and then all kinds of things. So I want you guys to think about it. Everybody you know that's immensely successful, if you look at all the sharks on Shark Tank, Mr. Wonderful, right? He sold his educational software, I think, to one of the big education companies. And for $2 billion, they bought it. You build a business that people will buy. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. That's how you have to operate it. I don't know why you guys aren't thinking about it that way. But let me keep going. So B, you got to build a business that people will buy. Or are you building a business like it's worth nothing? I hear a lot of you guys say stuff like that all the time. I'm having a little conference call tonight. I'm having a little meeting. And see, you don't realize it, but you're downplaying your business. When I was in the home-based business industry strong, before I started my training company, I said, you know what? You need to be at my house tonight. I'm building a multi-million-dollar distribution base, and the people that are going to be on my board of directors will be in my basement this evening. I'm looking for 7 people, hoping you be one of them. I treated my business like a $1 billion business. I didn't say I'm having a little meeting at my little house, and you need to get on this little conference call. If you can't tonight, don't worry about it. Hey, Brian, when's the next one? I can't make it tonight. Oh, man, I don't know, man. All I know is we on for the night. I don't live for tomorrow. Right now, I'm living for today. And tonight at 9:30 is where it's at. See, a lot of you guys, you're not building a business that somebody else would buy from you because you don't even believe that you can do it. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of you guys not in business. But yeah, man, a lot of you guys aren't, you don't even know that you're in business. Because you still celebrating Labor Day. That tells me that you don't know you're in business. Now, a lot of people don't do that. And if it's not you, don't put on this shoe. If it's not you, don't put on the shoe. Because I saw some people working like crazy on Labor Day. But C, create equity versus income. These are the ABCs of success. Create equity versus income. Now, what's the difference? Income, of course, is necessary, but do you guys know that income is only one of the 6 steps necessary for you to be financially free? In fact, income is the first step. That's why you work in a job. The job is not your last step. Your job is your first step. You need some income to create capital. Capital is step 2. You're not even on the way to getting wealthy if you don't turn your income into some capital. Capital is step 2. I'm not going through all 6 steps today. I got to say that. But do you guys realize income is just step 1? If your income is not at some point creating capital, and then your capital has to end up becoming equity. Equity is what people buy. That's why on Shark Tank, they always do an evaluation of your company. And you guys have to learn the formula for how to evaluate investments and evaluate companies, because until you know what you are worth, people will waste your time. You got to create equity.